everyone, this is Solyman TheMoneyDr. I'm the founder and the CEO of the Money Doctors, which comes for multiple services like wealth management, retirement planning, and other financial services. But today, I'll be addressing a subject that it is my passion. It is something that I do on a daily basis, and one of the best areas that I enjoy doing in my business on a daily basis. It is retirement. Unfortunately, retirement is a misunderstood subject. Retirement is a subject that have a lot of myth that comes around it. And today I'm just focused on one thing and one thing only, is addressing some of the misunderstanding that's out there, few of the myths that's out there about retirement. And I'm gonna be having a workshop for 6 more series of videos after that one to dig more in details in every myth that I will discuss today. So I want you guys to follow this. It's a lot of value that I put it out there for the month of November, for the Thanksgiving, and also for the month of December for the Christmas. It's a lot of value. People pay me thousands of dollars just for me to just go through these basics with them. So I want you guys to follow it. If I have videos to come, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can have more contents. Let me get into it. Myth number 1, I won't retire. I don't want to retire. Let me tell you guys, retirement is not just a stopping working. When we plan for retirement, or when you plan for your retirement, you're just targeting a specific age in the future that you plan that you have an option to stop working. When you plan for retirement, you're not planning to stop working, even if it's an option, but you're planning to have this choice, because a lot of people out there, they don't have this choice. So if you think you won't retire or you don't want to retire, there's 2 things I want to bring to you. This, physically, as we grow older, we come into our 60s and 70s, our energy will go low. Okay, our ability to work and physical ability and mental ability to be present for the same job that we used to do will go low. What does that mean to you? 2 things. If you are an employee, you are one of the first people that will let go to replace you with somebody younger, even if you still want to work. If you are a business owner, you know what it is. If you're self-employed as a business owner, you don't own the business as much as the business own you. So if you don't have this planning for what's next, I'm sorry to break it to you, sometime you cannot handle it. Myth number 2, I'm too young to plan for retirement. One thing that's totally missed when people think about retirement or talk about retirement is the time horizon, how long time you have until your desired retirement age. Retirement is just a stage, meaning if you're younger and you're shooting for a retirement age that within 10, 20, 30 years, okay, your best friend is time. Your ultimate commodity is the compounding interest that your money can earn if it is in the right place. If you have time and you're young, you don't have to put a lot of money. You can start putting little by little. If you lose this time and you think about planning it later, you're gonna pay an arm and a leg to capture and catch up on the time that you've lost. Number thoughts on that, and I actually just sat with a client the other day, and he told me, I'm still young, I can do that later. When we crunch the numbers on the calculator and we waiting just 5 years later, he lost almost 20% of the substantial amount that he was planning to have of interest, not for those dollars, of interest that he missed on because he waited on the calculator. Myth number 3, I'm okay for retirement, John. I have a plan already. I have my pension. I have my 401k. I have my IRA. I don't have to worry about it. I have something. To correct that to you and to break it to you, many of my clients that I sit with, they have those kind of things. Great, good for you. The problem is, many of those people that I sit with, they have a product. They have something that was offered to them. They never sat down and understood or asked them few basic questions that they needed to ask. Number one, am I putting enough on this product? Am I saving enough in this product? Number two, is this product even by itself is enough to retire me? Number three, is the number that I'm projecting to have in this product based on my funding will be enough to last me for 20, 30 years when I retire? Last but not least, can you count on this product by itself? Or you need multiple options to count on to complement each other. Meaning is, you don't know what you don't know. And what you don't know can really hurt your retirement. Myth number four. Oh, Social Security is running out of money. Social Security is not going to be there for you. This is a completely misunderstood, or I would say incomplete statement that a lot of the people out there, they say, sometimes the media, and is not presented right to the people. This is not correct. Social Security is not going to bankrupt. Social Security Trust Fund, okay, might run out of money, and as of today is expected to run out of money. You need to understand what Social Security Trust Fund. You need to understand what Social Security benefit is. You need to understand what Social Security benefits are available to you and plan ahead. Most importantly, you need to understand and set your expectations right from what you're going to get from your Social Security. And this is something we're going to address in a whole series by itself. Myth number five, taxes and retirement. John, I'm going to be on a lower tax bracket when I retire. I'm not going to be paying a lot of taxes. Well, there's a lot of misunderstanding when it comes to this, because most of the people out there, they don't understand what's a taxable income upon retirement. They think because you just reduce the work schedule or stop working, there's no income, so I'm going to be in a low tax bracket. Completely incorrect. Your Social Security can be taxed up to 85%. Yes, it's taxable. Okay, your qualified plans that you're going to take money from, your 401k, your IRAs, and so on, is reported as income. Your rental properties that it's generating income from you is counted as income. A lot of sources of income that you may have will be reported as income and will push you in a higher tax bracket. Just note for yourself, we are in a time right now in the US that the tax bracket, the highest marginal income tax bracket, is on the lowest it has been since for years, for decades. Back in the 50s, the highest marginal income tax bracket was up in the 90s. Yes, you heard me correctly, in the 90s. Okay, and with all what we're going through, all the debt that we've actually been building up, all the trillions of dollars that's outstanding unfunded liability in the US for both Medicare and Social Security and more, I think they will need to collect that money somehow in the future. And the only thing I can think of, among other things, is taxes. So think again if you think taxes is not going to be a burden or an issue that you need to calculate now for your taxes, for your retirement income. Myth number six. Upon retirement, John, I'm not going to need a lot of money. My mortgage is going to be paid off. Okay, I'm not going to have a lot of expenses, so I don't need a lot of income just to survive and maintain my lifestyle. Incorrect. Okay, the study said, okay, upon retirement, most of the retiree will need an approximately 77% of their pre-retirement income to maintain the same lifestyle. A lot of people, when they go into retirement, yes, their mortgage is paid off, some of their daily expenses is out, they're not there anymore, but they build up more expenses for other areas, for example, travel, grandkids, and some hobbies that they want to catch up on since they didn't have time when they're working. Second thing is, I noticed that a lot of people that I sit with, okay, are house rich and cash poor. They lived with this concept, my mortgage is going to be paid off, I don't need a lot of income. So they end up having a nice house that's paid off, but they don't have an income. Okay. Another thing to put in mind, inflation. Okay, the cost of living is going up. The cost of living is going up by the day. And we all know, with all the time, the sense of time that we're in right now, we're going into a direction that the products out there and the merchandise and all of the stuff out there, the price is potentially going up. We see it. So if you think the value of the dollar that you have or the number that you have in your mind will be enough, please think again. Myth number 7. It's very misunderstood out there that a lot of people, they think they need to take a lot of risk to make money. Okay, and this is an area that's very sensitive when it comes to risk and investment, because if you know how much risk you can take, if you know your risk tolerance and your risk capacity, then you're not taking too much risk if you put your money in the right place. Meaning you need to know how much you can afford, and you need to know how much you may get hurt if you don't take the proper amount of risk to have your money work for you. Just to let you know, there are some places out there actually you can have limited participation in the downside of the market. Actually, there's some places out there you can have zero participation in the downside of the market, or while you're still gaining interest annually on your plans. Please don't think and don't go by the people that around you think, oh, you cannot afford risk. No, you cannot afford not to have a calculated risk into your plans. As I promised you, the subjects that I addressed are very big subjects, and I'm gonna be following this video with videos every week for weeks to come to address all the 7 myths that I just addressed, and I look forward to talk to you guys soon.